guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're still here in Long Beach because guess what? Toyota is bringing it hit after hit with another special edition sitting here right next to me. What is it? It's a 2026 Toyota Supra. This particular one is the Mk5 Final Edition. But before we get into the end of a legend, let's talk about what's going on here. So rewind your clocks. Think back to an easier time, 1978. That was the birth of the Supra. It was actually called the Toyota Celica Supra. They didn't actually make a standalone Supra until 1987, if you could believe that. Fast forward to 2026, and this car still has people talking. And the reason why is because when you look at the 5 generations of the Supra, each generation has been unique. Now, this one, when it launched back in 2019, a lot of people were up in arms because of the combination partnership effort between Toyota and BMW. I'm very happy to say that most people finally put the arguments aside and really got down to the nitty-gritty of what this car is all about. And what Toyota has been doing is each model year has been making some very specific laser missile guided changes, and this is it. This is the end of the road for the Mk5. What I want to find out though is that if you're looking at either a Z, Nissan Z, nice car, or a Supra, do you go Supra, and is this the one to go with? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice this very stealth fighter color. What is it called? It's called Burnout. So you're gonna have 2 colors, Burnout and Undercover. Each of those colors represents a special package. So you could get a Mk5 Final Edition, or you could get it like this car, which is a Mk5 Final Edition, but it's got the GT4 Evo 2 race car appearance package. And I'll talk more about that in a second. One of the touches of the package is the color. And I'm absolutely loving this color. Stealth fighter to the extreme. Now you're still gonna get that same great multi-LED beam headlight setup. You got your daytime running lamp. One of the other things you're still gonna get are the fake vents, so I do have to zonk it. But you'll notice some addition to the body. So they're actually adding a little bit of side flare there, not only for wheels and tires, but also for the aero, to get the aero to go up and over that wheel well opening. Flat black, I'm telling you, with the Undercover color, it's flat black everywhere. On the splitter, you do get functional vents on the bottom. The top ones are still not functional. And then as we come across the front nose, I actually have always liked the nose on it. I thought that it did look sort of the same as the concept vehicle, but it definitely stands out when you see this going down the road very easily. So you have that large center air intake. This is all functional, still getting the same splitter as your standard Supra. But the nice thing is with this Mk5 Final Edition, you get to add in the GT4 race car appearance package. There's a couple more things that go with that. But let me know what you think about the front of it in this color. Now, as you rise up, same sleek hood. Love the way the hood and the top of the fenders are all one piece. And then as we come around the bend, we do get some updates for this Mk5 Final Edition. One of them, of course, is that it's almost like a wicker bill on the side. And then when it comes to brakes, we have now larger Brembo rotors than before. You're gonna get your nice enlarged Brembo calipers. And then we still have Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, give you the grip, give you the stick, but also give you the durability. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tires up front? It's 255 on the width, 35 series sidewall. They went through the whole car and they stiffened the suspension, but they did it in a way where it's not gonna shake the fillings out of your teeth. What they did was they added some stiffer bushings for the control arms, for all the different suspension pieces where they connect. They also strengthened the body bracing that runs along the bottom of this car. That comes from the experience that they got from the GT4 Evo 2 race car that's been racing in a lot of different series, even here in the United States. And then you're gonna see how they took technology to change the throttle mapping and also how the electronic limited slip diff works to give it a smoother response and to get that power to the ground better than ever before. But let me know what you think about the flat black wheel, multi-spoke wheel with those bright red calipers, and then of course, everything else in this stealthy color. Now, when we come down the side, here is another piece of the GT4 Evo 2 appearance package. You're gonna get bright red on the mirror caps. Now, the interesting thing is that if you get a Mark 5 final edition, your mirror caps are actually gonna be in carbon fiber. So it's one of those things where you lose the carbon fiber, which might make you sad. So let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. Another thing to think about is that in Europe, they were given a final edition Mark 5 as well. And I think we got the short end of the stick. And I'll put a picture of that car in the video, maybe right about now somewhere, so that you could see what the European one looks like. But let's continue. You got your gloss black on your A-pillars like before. You got that beautiful cover color. Now when you drop down, part of that appearance packages, you're gonna get the GR, the Gazoo Racing badge on the side, the vinyl. You're still gonna have that side skirt extension that flows the air towards the rear of the vehicle. And then out back, 255s up front, 285s out back. And what you're gonna get is, like I said, that electronic limited slip diff that's been reprogrammed for this final edition. It's gonna make it drive, believe it or not, when you're in the twisty bits, really unique compared to the previous model year. Now, as we swing around back, on this particular one, you're getting that matte finish on your carbon fiber ducktail spoiler. If you go non-race car package, then it's gonna be gloss like it would on the mirror caps. Love the LED lighting. You got your GR badge, flat black on the Supra badge, and then working our way down, you got your dual outlet exhaust, nice stainless steel tip with that massive rear diffuser. And underneath the hood, you're still getting that 3-liter inline 6 turbocharged engine, 382 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. And it can be had with a manual transmission, thank you Toyota, or that ZF 8-speed automatic. But why don't we go ahead, let's jump inside, see what's unique, and see if this one's got the manual. All right guys, we're inside this 2026 GR Supra Mark 5 final edition. I know you're saying to yourself, well Joe, how much is this? No official pricing yet, and they're still gonna have their standard 3.0 version, 3.0 premium, and then this final edition. Expect it to be very competitive with the Nissan Z, because guess what? Last year, they sold more Nissan Zs than Supras. But let's see what special touches you get when you go with this special edition to the door panels. What you're gonna find is kind of the same old. Clean style, that's not a bad thing. You do have the JBL sound system, and there is a little bit of gloss black that I have to zonk around the window controls. I don't know why there's not more color on the door panel, especially with this being a special edition. Door pocket is really tight, maybe a 7-Eleven hot dog with some sauerkraut. Now, when you go from the door panel to the dash, same story, just a regular contrast stitching, white contrast stitching. You come on in, you're still gonna get your same infotainment system. It does have some performance gauges that I can't show you while we're sitting here, so make sure you're here for the drive. We'll show you then. Your start-stop button, all of your controls like before, wireless charging. This though is the magic right there. You got that 6-speed manual transmission. I like the red, the Gazoo Racing on that shift knob there, and there is red contrast stitching, which is nice. So you do get some red contrast. I just wish they would put the stitching somewhere else. Same material, soft touch with the stitching. You get these very interesting GR branded cup holder covers. So these are actually covers that you just take off, and I guess you could give to somebody or something. Maybe you could wear them like earrings or something. Maybe gauge your ears. I'm gonna gauge my ear about that big. What do you think? Does that look good? Just like that. But you got these little covers. Maybe I'll take these home with me. We're gonna take these, Steven, as a souvenir of all our time here in Long Beach. But it's nice to have the covers, because a lot of times people were complaining when they were shifting, their elbow would go right into the cup holder. That's not fun. Seats, I love the GR embroidery that they did on the special edition. There's more of that red stitching. And then you do have electric assist for the passenger, electric assist for the driver, and there's red seat belts, which is worth an extra 5 horsepower in my book. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this GR Supra. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have your aluminum sill plates with the Toyota Supra badge. Would have been nice if it said Mk5 limited edition or special edition. You do get your number plate on the side, which I tell Toyota to move that. It needs to be on the dash on the interior, not somewhere you can't see it when you close the door. We do have our red seat belts. That is a nice touch, 5 extra horsepower. Seats are the same, full power assist. You got 2 memory seat settings. And once you get in, you're in like Flynn. It feels fantastic. Steering wheel, the leather is great. I just wish there was some red stitching. And this horn button is, God, I'm glad this is the final edition, because I want to take this horn button and I want to chuck it right into the Pacific Ocean. And then you still have a digital gauge cluster, nicely illuminated, that changes when you go into your different mode, normal or sport. Now, I want to go on throttle, especially with this one, because we got the 3 aluminum pedals and the 6-speed. We can't yet. We have to wait. So with that being said, we need to wrap it up from Long Beach. All right, guys, been another great day here at this special location. Definitely want to thank the whole Toyota team having us out to bring you this special edition, the Mk5, the end of the road. It's the final edition, especially this particular one in that undercover color. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this Supra worthy of having that name? And is this the one that you would buy if you were going Mk5? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Race Race family. Gotta give it up to Stephen Flood. He nailed it like he always does. That's what they call him. They call him Nail 'em Stephen Flood, because he nails them. So thank you, Stephen, for nailing it. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.